Guys, you look at all these trees. Now, this is me trying to explain to you what a Bitcoin is after 2.5 years of trying to wrap my head around it. Now, if you look at a Bitcoin, it runs on a technology called the blockchain. If you think of each of these trees as a block, if you connect a string between each of these trees, you allow them to have a communication, an attachment between themselves. Think of them as a representation of a blockchain, with each tree representing a block. Now, if you think of a tree has value. So now, a block has value as well. So a Bitcoin essentially is a representation of the value within each block. For example, in Bitcoin, you have people called miners. Now, miners, their purpose is to crunch numbers to validate transactions within a blockchain to make sure that whatever is happening within the blockchain is not foul play. So what they do is that they run these mathematical algorithms that crunch numbers to prove this. Now, if you think of this tree as something that has value, then if you prove that indeed it has value and there's no foul play happening within, then you're given a reward, and that reward is Bitcoin. And that reward is always cut in half every 4 years. So that's essentially what a Bitcoin is. It is a representation of value. It is a representation. It is a way to put value on data. And for that reason, the future is going to be dominated by trading data. How much one company is selling a particular set of data that might be helpful to another company. So that's why they say data is the new oil. So Bitcoin essentially has given us a way to quantify and represent the value of data. So I think that's its main purpose, and that's what a Bitcoin is. So guys, I hope that made sense. I hope you understand. Now, the next part of this video, I'm going to be talking about something that's greatly inspired by one of the greatest minds in the cryptocurrency community, and that's Andreas. It's basically the introduction of Bitcoin. This will help you better understand what this is. Stay tuned, guys. Money is essentially an illusion that is deeply embedded in our society that we cannot realize the fallacy right in front of us. Money has existed for millions of years and evidently been found as one of the first written records of accounting ledgers. Bitcoin introduces a platform on which you can run currency as an application on a network without any central point of control. Just like the internet itself, Bitcoin is not money for the internet, but the internet of money. Money, hence, is a linguistic abstraction. It's a language we use to communicate value with each other. Money allows us to express value. It has economic consequences, it has social bonds, it creates relationships, it creates organizations, and so many things that are created by the unification as a result of money and its ability to act as a communication medium. So Bitcoin is the first system of money that's not controlled by any entity. It's completely decentralized. Money over IP, money that exists on the internet as communication does. Network-based money. So, on the internet of money, you don't need anyone's permission to transact, thus resulting into a ripple of exponential growth and innovation as never seen before. Not only does Bitcoin and blockchain not recognize borders, it also does not recognize people. It doesn't matter if you are a person, if you're a refrigerator, you're a toaster, you're a self-driving car. It doesn't see that. It sees machines. Money has always required a personhood. Bitcoin recognizes machines, softwares. It creates an environment for machines to transact with each other. Then, this becomes a basis for not only economic activity, but market-based security systems, creation of bonds of authentication between devices, creation of applications and use cases that are hard to currently imagine or put into perspective. So the internet unified various systems in business, postal services, social media, communication over short and long distances, etc. Those use cases are absolutely revolutionary. But what the internet of money does is that it creates a single network which can do a microtransaction to a gigatransaction in seconds, anywhere around the world, anywhere on the globe, as long as you have an internet connection. However, the application of transferring money from one point to another is just but a drop in the ocean for the capabilities of Bitcoin and blockchain technologies. You can literally take the computing language or the building blocks of Bitcoin and use them to construct other languages that communicate value with each other, resulting into the creation of tokens, reward points, brand loyalty, and obviously this is not even the tip of the iceberg. Only time will tell the freedom that people have to express themselves financially on the internet, on the web, will tell the level of innovation that will arise from this kind of system. So we see many cryptocurrencies, over 3,000 currently. And that's just what you find on the usual market capitalization platforms like CoinMarketCap. Many of these tokens are forged off Bitcoin's core technology. Many other tokens are based off blockchains of other platforms such as Ethereum and the EOS.io blockchains. This only means that there's so much more coming and we don't even know the half of it. So over the years to come, we are going to see tens and hundreds of thousands of coins. Some will have economic uses, others expressions of loyalty. They will represent items in the physical world. A title for a house, land deeds, a key for a car that can be transferred from one person to another. Now, we cannot fully imagine the kinds of applications that are going to be built around this technology. But some of the interesting things that we begin to observe is that money indeed spontaneously rises out of the social construct of Homo sapiens. Even monkeys, dolphins, and parrots can be taught the concept of money. Just as we see children in kindergarten exchanging value in various ways like loyalty stickers to socially identify within their own social cliques and so on, it will become commonplace for people of all ages, economic and geographical backgrounds to be able to create their own equivalents of a banking system, and it will exist right in the palm of their hands. With Bitcoin, you find yourself in a position where you have complete and total control over your Bitcoin. It cannot be seized, frozen, censored, intercepted, or stopped. Access to Bitcoin and its capabilities is available to anyone around the globe 24/7 with almost complete anonymity by just downloading an app on your phone. Banking systems are the most conservative structures and hence have remained stagnant with decades-old technology for money transfer because they are actively in the business of risk minimization and profit maximization. They still want to have ultimate control over the issuance and distribution of money to the masses. Banks, governments, and major corporations now find themselves in a position where they are in competition with open borderless systems that are going to facilitate innovation at an exponential rate. Banks operate with closed, border-defined systems, and hence, Bitcoin is not about liberating well-established people with working financial systems that may or may not be interested in it. Bitcoin represents a gateway, a multitude of tunnels and doors that give access to the billions of people in the world that aren't financially included. As a result, children and anyone around the world that has access to the internet is by design no longer restricted from the emerging internet of money. People are no longer restricted by their place of birth, age, class, race, religion, etc. Bitcoin allows people of all walks of life to have access to finance that is the equivalent of owning a personal bank, not just a bank account. This means that over 4 billion people in the world today that have no access to meaningful financial services are going to be given the chance to participate on a global financial playing field that is more level than ever before. Putting control of money back into the hands of the people that are excluded from international finance and commerce would give them a fighting chance against corrupt banks and governments that are slowing down growth and innovation. It will give them the opportunity to transact with anyone in the world, to own property in fully decentralized digital tokens that are recognized anywhere in the world. It will give control over finance that cannot be seized, frozen, or censored. They will buy food, healthcare, sanitation, education, shelter. They will not be denied this technology, and hence do not underestimate its emerging impact. It's moving faster than you can imagine, deeper than you can fathom, more sophisticated than you can immediately understand, and it takes years of study just to see all the implications that it brings. And it's a gift. It's indeed a gift. I like this particular point that Antonopoulos stated. He was like, it's a gift. It's a technology that represents the 6th greatest innovation in the technology of money, the most ancient technology of our lives.